What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to Beyond the 90. Again, we've been trying to bring you some International Foxes interviews for a while now. We have Tacticar over here. First of all, how are you doing?
I'm great. Yeah.
Fantastic,
Yes.
fantastic, great to hear. And so the first question is, where are you from in the world?
No, no. I'm from South Korea, and actually in Asia, I'm the. It's, I like to watch the Europe League or Champions League games. So
Mhm.
yeah, I'm the one of the fan who loves the football.
Fantastic, fantastic.
Yeah.
Now, great to hear. And then, so again, obviously you've got LCFC, your name. Obviously, you picked Leicester. You mentioned that obviously Champions League and European leagues. Leicester aren't in that. So for me, it's kind of finding out why did you choose to support Leicester City?
Actually, uh, I'm not watching football a long time because
Mhm.
when I was young, I don't have much interest in football. But
Mhm.
when I was 21, 22 years old, I fell in love the content about football tactics on YouTube channels or the um, newspapers or the columns. So I decided to study about the football tactics and the game.
Mhm.
So at that time, it was 1920 seasons when Rodgers came to the Leicester City, and
Mhm.
in Korea, the Leicester City is the club, the percentage of romantic club because
Mm.
they won the Premier League in former seasons, and then when I started to watch the Leicester game, they wanted to play more aggressively, and the they are the game was great, so I started to following the LCFC's game from that time.
Fantastic. Now that sounds great. Again, first story we've heard. A lot of people have again mentioned 2016, but it's great to hear as well. And in terms of your perspective, coming into that, what would you say that your favorite achievement is from Leicester City?
My favorite achievement,
Mhm.
uh, in my thinking, this one is the flag that the FA Cup won
Mhm.
in 2021 seasons that
Mhm.
I saw it on live, and I saw the Tillemans, the Rager shot into the goal.
Mhm.
So that one is my favorite achievements because I see saw it on the live.
Mhm.
So I saw that one. Yes.
Fantastic. Yeah. And I'm hoping so that we can potentially do it again in the future with this team and go far in cup competitions as well. Um, my other question is, do you know many LCFC fans in Asia or in Korea? Is there a big community? Because again, because we're such a small club, there are not a lot of fans from around the world.
Yeah, of course. Actually, the big six teams like Arsenal or Tottenham, Man City, Liverpool,
Hmm.
they are very biggest community in Korea
Hmm.
following them. But Leicester also, after Leicester won the Premier League, the
Hmm.
community started to begin in Korea too. So we have many fans, the supporters in Korea
Hmm.
who followed Leicester, and also who the someone who doesn't didn't see Leicester's game much, but they also loved and they know how Leicester tried to be a biggest club in the Premier League. So
Hmm.
the perceptions of Leicester in Korea is getting better and better.
Sounds good. Sounds good. Again, we got to keep the only way you can do that as well is by performing very well in different competitions, and you will get that. And just think as well, obviously, we can't talk about South Korea without talking about Hyun-Min Son. I mean, obviously, this is
Oh,
probably one of the reasons
oh
why
yeah.
he's probably again. Just tell me a little bit about him because obviously we know him from the Premier League, but I know a few Tottenham fans that have been over to. I've known expressions a little bit as well, and he when he goes to Korea, everybody loves him, but tell me about Son and how what that means to people of Korea.
Oh, Umi Son.
Mm-hmm.
is now one of the best winger in the Premier League and the world.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, he is his image is he have very passions, and he tried very harder to achieve or for the to win the game. He tried very hard because in Korea we love people or person who tried their best, even if he sometimes doesn't have good performance. If
Mm-hmm.
he tried the best, we think he is the very good people or for the player. So
Mm-hmm.
his father, when Himison was young, his father trained him very hardly and like shoot. He every day goes out and shoot over 1,000 to 1,000 times to improve his left foot and right foot together. So when we saw the game in Premier League, Heung-min can use all his foot when he whatever the every situation he wanted. So
Mm-hmm.
I think he is also superstar in Korea, but he gives gives us if we have a dream and
Mm-hmm.
we want to achieve something, if we try hard in our positions, we can achieve what we want. So he's one of my role model too.
That's great to hear. That's really, again, especially somebody that's from like an Asian background, seeing that obviously in the World Cup. I've always enjoyed seeing Japan and
Uh,
Korea because they
yeah.
always, again, they're not the biggest, most physical team, but they always, again, they try and the tactics are good. And just with that as well, obviously, South Korea in the World Cup. How did you think, because you didn't have Son for this one, but how did you think that you did, how did you think South Korea did in the World Cup?
Oh, I was so proud of my country that we won. Also, we won Portugal to
Hmm.
score 2-1. So
Hmm.
there was when I saw it the live. I saw the older player have so much passions, and they are also the coach Bantu's tactics was very great
Hmm.
because we I think this World Cup uh, made Korean fans to the Korea also can do the similar like Europeans
Hmm.
tactics or the team's performance. So I think from this World Cup we can improve more and our the what can I say the market or the market of football in Korea will gonna be more bigger and bigger.
Hmm.
So
That's great.
I yes.
Yeah. No, I think it's really good. But I wouldn't say it's just this year. I'd say it was last World Cup with obviously Germany as well, with the Germany.
Yeah.
So that was for me, that was such a big game as well.
Me too.
Yeah. So there's that. So yeah, coming back to Leicester City a little bit more. So in terms of favorite, in terms of managers. So from your time, have you got a favorite manager that you've had at Leicester City that you can remember?
mm. Ranieri, Claude Ranieri is one of my favorite manager because actually I love the style. The
Hmm.
style of football. What I like is more like Pep's football or Arteta's football. That kind of football is the tactics what I like. But Ranieri is his tactics is counter is good at counter attacks.
Hmm.
So that made me the in football.
Hmm.
If we can do aggressively or the can have we if we can have the ball
Hmm.
ball in our time is so good. But also if we can make the team, how can we achieve our winning team and can counter to the the biggest team like Man City or Liverpool or Arsenal, Tottenham, their
Hmm.
uh, defensive line, if we can break through the line,
Hmm.
it's also very great football. So I think his tactics was very exciting and impressed me a lot.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I agree in it again because, and also you need a certain type. You can't compete with them in terms of player, but you have to compete with them in terms of tactic. I think that's what
yeah,
Ranieri did. Just on that as well. So, in terms of the tactics of Rodgers, obviously we've gone from the counter-attack style to becoming the attacking style of the
yeah.
team that is more dominant. So, how do you think this has changed with Brendan Rodgers since he joined?
Mm, we almost when we was 1920 seasons, we almost can go to the Champions League because we were in the first rank in
Hmm.
that time. But actually, there's some little bit disappointed part if we because we go down to the five length in
Hmm.
1920 season and 2021 season also.
Hmm.
But I think his achievement is very great because convert the team styles to counterattacks to the dominance or the more aggressively with fullbacks and winger and with the midfielders line. It
Hmm.
is a very great job, but I think these days we are have some problems in making new style in the dominance. So
Hmm.
I think the former achievement is great, but we need to change or we need to learn more if we wanted to do a good football in dominance and aggressively and using fullbacks
Hmm.
and number six midfielders or something like that.
Yeah, exactly. So change again, changing the formation or having another option within a game. Sometimes it feels like we try one way, and if it doesn't, we just keep trying the same way, but with different players. And
Yes.
again, you need to try and develop that a little bit more. So in terms of again, in terms of Brendan Rodgers, obviously he's a good manager, and he has been at times very good tactically. So which matches do you think that you can remember that Leicester City played tactically really well?
Mm, there many there was so many games that we did tactically great, but
Mhm.
I think recently the match with Newcastle when we last uh, the former match when we played with Newcastle we didn't do great job, but
Mhm.
the former match when we met the Newcastle we
4-0?
that time I remember that we used Smare in only time because Evans got injured in 6 minutes. So
Mhm.
Ndidi became a center backs and
Mhm.
Sumare go higher and became six midfielders. So I think that time's tactics was great because I actually love the style of Rodgers football because he likes to do positional playing. That means player needs to moving and to receive the pass and for the pass effectively and aggressively. So I think for we if we wanted to do the play like that, we have to use more passer in six line midfielders. I know that Ndidi was good at defensive skills and his tackles intercept was very good in 19 and 20 season. But
Mhm.
I think Sumarez, the passing skills and the contributions in the build-up page, I think he can do more than Ndidi in build-up page. So I think that matrix was great, and so that we can make the very good score and the winning plan, I thought.
Yeah, I agree. And also with the way that Samori is more physical, he can travel with the ball, and also his vision, he can pick out a
Yes.
pass to Barnes or to Castagna very far, and that's something that
Right.
with with Ndidi, you can only do a small pass to Tillemans, and then
Yes,
Tillemans
that's
does
right.
this, so it saves this small bit of time. So in terms of at the moment, so you got favorite players. We got who would you say your favorite player is in the current squad for Leicester?
Uh, I have three players in favorite players in squad. They are Tillemans, Sumare, and Castanews. They are my favorite players because I love football tactics, and Tillemans and Sumare played a key role in build-up situations from the back to the forward, and also Castanew did it too. Because
Mhm,
I think these days the importance of fullback in games is increasing more and more, and
mhm,
Leicester also wanted to play more aggressively. So the fullbacks are very important. So as I think Castanew is not only his passes, he's the off the ball when he don't have the ball. His movement is clever, and his movement make the Leicester team can break through the opposition's defense line more easier. So I think Castellano's role and Boubacar Bissoumari and Tillemans' roles, three of them's roles are very important in Leicester's game. So the three players is my favorite players.
Sounds good. Now sounds really good. Again, didn't expect them three, so I'm really glad. Again, I'm a big fan of Samore from what he can do as well, but I think a lot of fans aren't very happy with him because I think he has to develop this in
Yeah.
the game and the Premier League standard, and I think he will be okay. But and what about players before? So before this current squad, or players that you can remember in the past, who would you say is your favorite players?
No, my favorite players was Christian Fuchs was my one of my favorite players too because he he's the movement from the back to the opposition's team's ground, and his defensive skills. He have great defensive skills, and
Mhm,
also he have great aggressive skills too to make chances, many chances in for the Leicester's. And also when I remember the 2021 season when we Leicester used three back formations, Fuchs did very great job, and he's became the one of the leader and to make it their defense lives.
mhm.
Defense great and performance was great the time. So I think I wanted to see Fuchs again in coach some uh someday.
Yeah, I'm hoping so as well. And I think he's loved obviously by Leicester fans. And I think the match that for me that I loved about him was the is it Leeds where we won 4-1, and it was Fofana, Justin,
No.
and Fuchs as a three, and then all Brighton and Luke Thomas as this is the back
Oh
five. This
yeah.
was
I,
again tactically. I remember in that game we were losing lots of players because of injuries. They played that back line was so good.
yeah, I agree that.
Yeah, that was really good for that. So great to hear. So in terms of the current Leicester City current squad, what are
Yeah.
your thoughts on it? Again, there's obviously the transfer window coming up soon. So is there any positions that you think you would like to have in the squad?
Mm, let me just using oh wait a minute.
Oh, okay.
Okay. Using this Leicester use 4-3-3 formations,
Mhm,
and we are now I think the Leicester have problems in making build up systems well. So because if suppose this one is Castellanos
mhm.
to uh is it right it's the
Yeah.
right OB positions, and in now the Rodgers made Tillemans to shift to under because that means Castagne can uh, move higher and more aggressively.
Hmm.
And now Madison is can uh, play because he's of injuries, but Madison try to use half space, half right half space, and
Hmm.
Castagne became like winger, and Tillemans link to the player. I think that is the best options for the Leicester's tactics. But this day, these systems not can we can do these systems well because I suppose this one is the ball. If the Tillemans wanted to link to the or Castagne or Pratt or Madison,
Hmm.
we need the more empty space. We if we don't have enough space to link to that player, we can make a good mm, attacking route or the chances. But if we just link to it to forward, the opposition's defense line is also here already
Hmm.
here. So they already have the time to stop the Leicester's attack or chances. So I think we need to change in the build system. So I think the number six role is important. If the Tillemans doesn't have space to move the ball forward, the number six players need to move forward and need to receive the ball, and that means the opposition's defense line needs to move to him to stop the number six midfielders, and
Hmm.
also these right side midfielders move this way, and then the Tillemans can be free, and if he get the ball again, now we have the enough space to move the ball to forward. But
Hmm.
in recent game, I think this the matrix doesn't work well because we just link to the ball to just using the one space, not the fully space, because we have wing space, center space, and also wing space. We need to, if we wanted to make a good system, we need to use wing or center wing center like that, the matrix. But we just use through the all through the these spaces, and
Hmm.
when we attack to the also the Luke Thomas and Harvey Barnes, they are also the opposition player here, but we just try to link to link it to
Hmm. The opposite side.
yeah, yes. So if you wanted to make more more chances, and if you wanted to do more aggressively, and if you wanted to make more chance, we need to use the space and the number six role. Because of that, I think the Suarez or Papi Mendes role will be the more important to make the chances what I said before. So
Hmm.
I think for that we need to also need new winger, new right side winger to here to have having very uh, what can I say uh, busy movement in
Hmm.
this space that can make opposition defense line to chase him and make the space for Tillemans, or if Madison became here, Madison can watch the goal line to the very with decent uh, with
So
wide side.
yeah, so I think so. On the other side, we have Barnes. I think it's really good that obviously awesome that you bought that. But
Yeah.
this kind of position, so this Barnes on, do we need a similar player to Barnes, or do we need more like a technical player on this side to like a Mahrez type player, or do you think we need like a Barnes type player? Because both of them, even though they're
No.
wingers, they play different roles.
Mm. In my thought, in right side winger, we need. the role like Maris because Ban's Ban's role is more similar to running to the opposition's box and
Mhm.
try to score the goal. But if we have a scorer in right winger too, if he tried to just move into the box, we don't have player to connect it to the fully connected to the fans or the Daka or body.
Mhm.
Also try to uh, penetrate into the box. So if all the left winger, striker, right winger try to just move into the box, we don't have enough players who can connect it to from the uh, final sort space to the box. So I think we need a player more likely Maris
Mhm.
with left side left who the winger who can use the left foot well
Mhm.
because if we use right-footed winger to the right the space,
Mhm.
he tried to just dribble to the straightly, but
Mhm.
I think that can be great, but I think the left-footed winger who try to move this space and try to link to the Daka or Bans, it
Mhm.
will be Leicester's the connections in attacking systems will be more better than before.
Yeah,
So
no, definitely that's the case, and I think so as well. And I think this is what they are looking at. I think hopefully in the summer they're saying with the right wing, this is a position we've tried to fill with very many people like Diabate. We had Unda was one, and then who was that
yeah,
going? Giselle was another one we tried. It didn't work. It has to be a very specific kind of player to fill in that. One thing as well. So in terms of this season, what are your expectations from Leicester City?
my expectations.
Hmm.
Uh, we are now in not actually not good positions in the ranked,
Hmm.
so we need to improve our team's ability. If we wanted to go higher, we need
Hmm.
to improve the uh, the build from the builder page to making attack and the also in defensive phase. I think Leicester's or Rodger's Leicesters was good at attacking page, but I think we have um, more problems in defensive system. So if we wanted to uh, go higher, I think the most important part is improving our defensive tactics skills. So in my expectations, if we can make a change in defensive systems, we can go about eight or seven, eight or seven
Position.
positions. But if we can't make a change in build up pace or defensive systems well, I think we will finish nearly 16 or 15 positions. So if you wanted to avoid that positions, I think we need a new player to improve the attacking chances or from the build up page. We need also need a new center backs, the partner to bout pass
Hmm.
because pass is very fighter center back and he also good at dribbling or passes. But if pass go forward, the someone needs to cover the space for the pass. So I think also we need a new center back who can cover the pass or the Castanews right spaces.
Hmm.
So if we have a great winter transfer for the during the winter transfer period, if we have a new good player, I think
Hmm.
we can finish almost near eight. 7 or 9 positions.
Yeah, I'm with you. I think again because also you got to remember it's not just us; it's the teams around us as well. Man United, not sure
Yeah.
because tactically they're good, but there's lots of problems there as well. There are problems with other teams. Chelsea, they're still in rebuild. Brighton, again, Brentford around that area as well.
Uh,
So
yeah.
Aston Villa, they could go up and down as well. So there are other teams in our position where they can change as well. So it's not just we are going to jump up; it can be other teams falling as well.
Yeah. I agree with that.
Yeah, so I think so, but yeah, I think was that. So first of all, yeah, thank you for coming on. I really appreciate it. I shall put your link to your Twitter and your YouTube. Is there anywhere else that people can find you? So I'll put it up on screen. So Tacticar.LCFC on
Oh,
Twitter.
there. Yeah.
Is there anywhere else that people can find you as well?
Mm, yeah. YouTube channels or the Tactica Twitter channels. That
Yeah.
we. Yeah, that's what's right. Actually, I'm not making the English.
Hmm.
What can I say?
English
Uh,
videos.
English subtitle. I now not making that because it took some lot of time because I need to do my real life job. So
Hmm.
mm,
That's fine. I'll still
yeah.
link it in the chat for people that want to watch it. Again, work gets in the way. 100% understand that. So 100% understand. But yeah, thank you. So thank you so much for coming on. Again, is there anything else you would like to promote before we finish?
Oh, it was very great time for me to having this time because it was my first time to make interviews to with foreigners because every day I just watching football and just talking with my friends or the Korean friends.
Mhm.
So I wanted every day I wanted to hear and I want to share my opinions to for the supporters of LCFCs around the world. So I think from starting from these chances, I think I can share my opinions more,
Mhm.
and I think that chances can make me improve.
Yeah.
So when I writing a column or making a video, I think that also great for Leicester supporters, and that also great for me. And I think some days when Leicester go to the more higher positions, I think I can communicate with more fans in global. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm hoping so as well. Again, we've got a bigger fan base, so again, I'm really happy to have you on again. If everybody could make sure I'll leave the links for everything in the description below, so make sure you check them out. Give them a message, give Tactical a message and stuff. Really appreciate it. Like and subscribe. Go follow the channel, and we'll see you all in the next video. So goodbye.
Oh, thank you very much.